everyone, and welcome to another episode of Therapy Tuesdays. Today's topic is going to be discussing self-confidence. So what is self-confidence? Self-confidence is an attitude that allows people to have positive views of themselves and the situations with which they are involved. Self-confidence is a measure of how much you feel you are worthy. Self-confident people don't expect to do everything by themselves, but they have a healthy and practical approach to viewing things that come their way. Self-confidence doesn't necessarily enter into every aspect of your life. By this I mean that some persons can be confident at home, but not at work. Self-esteem can be viewed as a product of the interactions between nature and nurture. Biological strengths and weaknesses, which is the nature principle, has an influential factor on the development of self-esteem, as well as the nurture component, which is your social environment and your interaction with other persons, that also has an effect on the development of self-esteem. Thus, relationships and interactions have a large effect on how persons view themselves, as well as how they may cope with challenging situations they face. So self-esteem development can be viewed as a social process in that how people see themselves is influenced by how others see them and how they treat them. So now let's discuss some of the factors that influence self-esteem and its development. First of all, let's talk about life at home. Your relationship with your family members, as well as the environment that you're surrounded with at home, can have an influence on the development of your self-esteem. Interaction with your family members can affect how you view yourself, as well as the way you view others and compare them to you. Likewise, your interaction with your colleagues or classmates, whether it's school or work, can also have an effect on the development of your self-esteem. Also, with your experiences with tasks and activities at school or work, and if you're successful in completion of these tasks or projects, as well as if you've been overly disciplined at school or work, this can also affect your level of self-esteem at this institution. Another factor is society, and the different influences of cultures, religions, and races can have on how you view yourself as a person. Media is also highly influential on a person's self-esteem development. It can affect how a person views a positive body image and what they may characterize as a realistic lifestyle. This is what the media creates as the idea of what a lifestyle should be. Feedback is also an influential factor on development of self-esteem, in that what people tell you, the critiques that you receive, as well as the praises. The way people treat you, as well as the way they react towards you, can also affect the way you view yourself. Now let's discuss some of the signs for a positive and high self-esteem. Firstly, you have a positive self-image and you feel good about yourself even if you may not excel in everything. You're not afraid of speaking your mind, and you can accept the fact that not everybody may always like you at every single point in time in your life. You feel that it's okay to say yes and no to persons at any point in time in your life, and it's okay for you to ask for help if needed. You're not afraid to fail, and that if you do fail, you can admit that you have failed, or you can admit your wrongdoing and ask for forgiveness. And lastly, you're not afraid to be yourself. You're not afraid to be an individual, to stand out and be unique from everyone else. Some of the signs of low self-esteem include hostility, social withdrawal, as well as sensitivity to criticism. You may also feel overly jealous or envious of others, as well as be devastated by failure. So let's discuss some of the tips for improving on your self-esteem. Maintain a good hygiene as well as exercise regularly. Don't always try to please everyone in your life, and be your own person, be individualistic. Avoid negative people and negative thoughts. Face your fears and learn from the mistakes or the failure that you may have encountered. Don't worry about being perfect. Stop comparing yourself to others. Learn to appreciate what you have to offer and reward yourself when you're successful. So that's it for this week's edition of Therapy Tuesdays. I do apologize for the noisy background today, but we've been having some technical difficulties. And as always, I do look forward to your feedback and any additions you may have, or any new topics that you may want to suggest for next week's segment.